Oh, that's a little acting a little bit there. It looked like, we'll see right here. Hey, hey. Oh,
my
no,
gosh.
that hurts so bad.
Welcome to the silliest thing I saw this week. My name is Dave Pyper, and if you dislike the game of football and hate laughing, this show is not for you. But if you find yourself longing for some pigskin chuckles, you found your new home. We are brought to you each and every week by Viori. I'll talk more about Viori later on in the show. It was a historic week in the NFL where we got to see the longest field goal ever made by Cam Not So Little. But what started off this week's silliness was Thursday night when the Ravens were beating up on the Fins. Check out this misplay by Miami's defensive backs here on this touchdown for Mark Andrews. To be perfectly fair, this is a little bit of a pick play, and the backs totally fell for it. But, they never even saw what was coming before it was too late, and they're both down on the field. You gotta keep your heads on a swivel, gentlemen. The Bengals and Bears had an absolute barn burner of a game on Sunday, but I had to talk to you guys about this hilarious challenge that happened in the fourth quarter. It's 1st and 10 from the Cincinnati 17. The Bears run this end around to DJ Moore that is ruled down at the 1 yard line. Now, you can see the ball comes out, and hypothetically, if that ball was out at the 1 yard line, and then it was fumbled out of the end zone, we would have ourselves a touchback, and the Bengals would get the ball. You can see head coach Zach Taylor say to the refs, "We think it's fumbled through the end zone for a touchback." So Clete Blakeman heads under the hood, and when we come back from commercial break, we find out that the call was indeed overturned, but not in favor of the Bengals. The refs actually decided that DJ Moore scored on this play and that the ball was never fumbled. Now, one kind of silver lining cool thing here is that the Bengals got to keep their timeout because the call was changed. It just wasn't changed in the Bengals' favor. Probably the silliest outcome of a challenge I've ever seen, so I had to show you guys. Week 9 was generous enough to give us a couple guys doing some acrobatic work during their games. It was nice to see J.J. McCarthy out there on Sunday, but check out the moves from the young man as one of his linemen is pushed all the way back into him. As soon as the pressure gets there, McCarthy hits the eject button with a flip away from the rusher. It's a cute little flip if you ask me. Honestly, if you like that flip, then you're really going to be impressed with what Chase Brown pulled off here at the end of the fourth quarter. Brown takes the pass from Joe Flacco here and has a little open field to work with until he is met by Kevin Byard, who flips Brown through the air. That flip is a high flip. That is like that is like Simone Biles flipping. Hell, that flip would have made it over Simone Biles herself. Our show is brought to you every week by Viori, makers of the most comfortable clothing on the planet. Head to vuori.com/Harris for 20% off your first purchase. The thing I really love about Viori is that they make activewear that doesn't look completely like activewear, and they do it all without sacrificing comfort. Now, you guys know, if I'm outside golfing or putting up Christmas decorations a month early like I did this week, I'm wearing Viori. But I also rock Viori when I'm making this video. There is something about the Dream Knit fabric that I don't want my body to be without. And I don't want you to be without it either. So head over to vuori.com/Harris. That will get you 20% off your first purchase. And right now, all orders over $75 get free shipping. So get a jump on your shopping this year and check out the link in the show notes, and that'll let Viori know that we sent you. Thank you, Viori. It's getting a little cold here in Michigan, but I'm happy to report that some fans in Green Bay were channeling beach vibes on Sunday. I also got to say I love these helmets. I might be in the minority, but I love them. Here in the second quarter, the Panthers have the ball, and before the snap, a beach ball rolls into the fray. One of the Panthers linemen scoop it up, and he tries to toss it to the official, but it gets caught in the wind and just kind of takes it down the field. Coker actually has to chase it down. The official takes the ball from Coker and gives it to the angriest guy on the Packers staff, because he does what any angry man would do to a beach ball, and he pops it. I mean, that is the face of a man that has a terrible history with beach balls, and he is not having them on his sidelines. Beach balls never did nothing to you, sir. Watching someone on the sidelines get involved with a game who isn't really supposed to be involved with the game usually gives me a good laugh, and Week 9 was no exception. Here at the end of the half, Mahomes tries to force a ball to Taylor Swift's fiance, who misses the pass and deflects it into the camera guy, who goes flying. I mean, it looks as if this dude got hit in the mouth or something, the way he jumps back when he gets hit with the ball. CBS was nice enough to give us this replay, and it shows that the camera guy wasn't even really touched. It seems that the ball hit the ground and then hit his camera and broke something off the front of the camera, and the cameraman did the biggest flop that you've seen since your last English Premier League game or something. I'm sure it was scary, but the ball hits the camera, and watch that dude bounce away. And that is going to do it for me this week, guys. I want to thank Viori for making this show possible. Head to viori.com/Harris for 20% off your first purchase. And I want to thank you all for making it this far into the show. Shoot me a comment below. If you don't have anything to say for a comment, just comment your most listened to band over the last 5 years. Give me some good tunes to check out. Other than that, here's my son interrupting this week's recording. One of the Panthers linemen scoop it up and hilariously... Yeah, you're hilarious. And I'll see you guys next week for some Week 10 silliness. I can't believe we're already halfway through the year. Okay, guys, I'll see you next week. Cheers.
Thanks so much for watching. Please, please, please smash that like button, write a comment, tell us who else you'd like to see us review film on, and of course, best of all, please subscribe to our channel and then click that little bell above the subscribe button and you'll be notified whenever we post a new video.